midnight. So please bear with me as I read some thoughts that I wrote down. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who is here tonight to honor my father and the life he shared with us all. Thank you on behalf of my mother, my sister, and her family. My family also thanks you from the bottom of my heart. There are countless other family members here tonight as well, and I couldn't be happier for my father to see all the old and new friends who are gathered here at Bethlehem Church. First and foremost, I need to make one apology. Dad, I make a terrible nurse. I'm truly sorry. As a balding middle-aged man of Swedish descent, I can safely say that we don't traditionally make good nurses, and I'm no exception to that rule. And once omnipresent high-speed wireless networks enabled a real-time VPN connection to my work desktop, you suffered a grave injustice. Dad, you were very patient with me, and you and your ever-present retro flip phone in your hospital bed deserve better. But the good news is that there are many incredible caregivers at Bostrom Memorial Hospital and JDT Rehab in Lincoln Park who are gifted, gracious, and essential to people who are in great need. There are also many family members and close friends here tonight who are incredibly giving of their time and endless compassion for my father's care. Thank you, one and all. And a thank you especially to my sister, who was a studious and dogged advocate for my dad's care, and was the essential calming presence that my father trusted, craved, and in whom found real peace in his final weeks and hours when the physical and emotional pain was not to be denied. My father loved to help people, and receiving help was a skill he never wanted to develop until the good Lord showed him that receiving was his only option. More on that in a bit. My dad loved people. Ironically, he would love to have been here tonight. And for me, he is here, as sure as the Cubs won the World Series this year. I suspect I can see a little bit of him in everyone's face here tonight. My dad loved to help people. He chose to be a guidance counselor because that was his perfect profession. How many of us can be so lucky to do what comes naturally for our employment? I could share anything with my dad, and even though he would never hide his feelings, he was brilliant in his consistent eagerness for my sharing. It became a feedback cycle on which I relied throughout my entire life. My dad loved to support people. His happiest hours may have been watching his grandkids follow their passions and cheer on their every pitch, jump, performance, or creation. His final months were spent obeying an epiphany to support and encourage old and new friends with the fervor of a man who cherished every hour he had left. More on that in a bit as well. My dad loved the Cub convention. This one took me a while to figure out, I'll admit. There's no mystery in understanding why a die-hard Cub fan would bring his grandkid to the annual midwinter picture, autograph, and long line festival. But my dad happily went by himself when my son had other obligations during the 3-day marathon. My dad unabashedly loved autographs. And if the ball player was a church-going man, then the signature value in my dad's eyes was infinite. So I have a favor to ask. If anyone happens to have World Series MVP Ben Zobrist's autograph on them tonight, let's talk. I'll pay good money for it after this service, and I can sneak it into my dad's comfort. My dad loved photography. He won the Randolph High School art show competition on multiple occasions and would get agitated with me if I didn't promptly send him photos of the events we discussed that he couldn't attend. Even in his hospital bed with an oxygen mask and a neck cord, he was more than happy to pose for a photo. My dad loved Sun High Orchard. Love is probably not a strong enough word for his feelings for the farm. It was his life's work. It was where hard work, delighting customers, juicy peaches, alpacas, family hay rides, pies, ice cream, photogenic autumn afternoons, and hedging wholesale purchases based on market and weather conditions all came together. No wonder my dad loved it. My dad loved my mom. Now there's no getting past the sacrifices my mom made for my dad's passions. And my dad was eternally grateful. Grateful enough to travel the distant shores with my mom when trips to anywhere but Wrigley Field were never a priority. Grateful enough to care for my mom when long-term illness stole her mobility and dexterity. Grateful enough to ask my sister for the framed photo taken several years ago of their visit to the Chicago church where they were married. He wanted to hold that photo against his heart in his final hours. My dad relied on my mom from his undergraduate days to his final hours. He relied on her at Wheaton while struggling to pass Spanish class after multiple attempts, to her lifelong ability to be steady, smart, and sophisticated. His unfulfilled wish was to live 1 minute longer than her and provide all the care she'll ever need. 56 years of marriage is not a bad consolation prize. My dad loved the Lord. I mentioned my dad's recent acceptance of receiving help in his recent spiritual epiphany. To recap, life is hard and my dad tackled it full on. He never minced words with me about taking opportunities and working hard to ensure there will be more opportunities, hopefully around each corner. He was practical, pragmatic, took cues from CNBC and the New York Times, and adapted and survived to live to fight another day. He loved the Lord his whole life. But, and this is the important part, when he was flat on his back for 3 months and losing strength and breath day after day, he realized he needed help to live and he needed to trust the Lord 100%. He had always trusted his own ability to work hard and adapt and survive. Good mottos, to be sure. But God wants more than that if we believe in him and if we're honest with ourselves. And God offers even more than we can imagine to those who trust and obey. It's an old Sunday school song, but my father's epiphany in his last weeks was to tell anyone who would listen how much he trusted the Lord, 100%. My whole life he preached showing love instead of saying I love you. He trusted God, but also worked hard to ensure success as much as possible. Now, he decided to trust the promises of God 100% and accept the love, grace, and forgiveness that he needed to survive. It simply transformed his heart. So when I would visit recently, I felt at times like I was visiting Billy Graham instead of Farmer Don Bostrom. I was a bit taken aback and even skeptical, I confess. But when I watched him work tirelessly to encourage and improve the lives of new friends he encountered in the hospital bed, and keep up with old friends and family via his trusty flip phone, and as I watched live video of the presents he distributed through my sister, and through other earthly angels on Christmas Day, I couldn't deny what I was watching. When I heard him encourage and advise total strangers who have now become lifelong friends in the short span of a few weeks, I believed. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me one final lesson, that God only wants us to trust and obey, for there's no other way. And now, one final photo. My dad would be furious with me if I didn't take a photo. Please smile, say or sing, "Go Cubs, go."
Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs! Hey!
Thank you. Thank you.